Yo, what is going on, guys? Hope it's having a fantastic day. So we have some updates for the Philadelphia Eagles. A few things, Super Bowl in a few days, ready to go. But I want to take a moment to thank everybody that's been subscribing to the channel. It's been, whether you've been here a month, a week, a day, 2 years, 5 years, 6 years, whatever the case may be. I want to thank everybody that's been subscribing and liking the videos and commenting your opinions on all these topics we've been talking about for all these years or any of these days. Or if you're a new subscriber this year, I do welcome all of you. So like I said, I don't take this for granted, guys. I don't say it enough. That's why I'm saying it now. I thank everybody that's been full support. Without you guys, this channel would be absolutely nothing. And if you guys haven't, I really don't do much advertising on here, but in the description below, we do have a Discord server with like 250 something people in it. I do some voice chats with all the subscribers and stuff like that. So check the link for the Discord in the description. Join up. Pick your team, and we'll get to the talking this week on some voice chats on there. And follow me on Twitter at JoeyShake72 as well if you want to contact me for anything, questions, opinions, anything, because I can only get to so many comments depending on the video and how busy I am in the real world. I already feel guilty for skipping out a day because I was really busy doing some other stuff. But yeah, a few updates for the Eagles, and let's get straight into it.
Horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
What is going on, guys? So a bit of news. I think the first we go to Howie Roseman, and Jeffrey Lurie did talk about Howie Roseman, and from what he's done so far, and because this is the kind of GM that he does like, and why he's been with him for so long, and he's very aggressive when he does things. When it comes down to trades, when it comes down to signing people or trying to get deals done. But what was really interesting what Howie Roseman said in his little presser, it sounded like he was throwing some shade at Carson Wentz. I think he was kind of putting Carson Wentz and Jalen Hurts next to each other and like telling us the difference, but not really saying it. So he said, quote unquote, the league is a competitive league. If you're worried, if you have players that are worried about competition, he began shaking his head. Look, you have to be really good to start in this league. If you're worried that we're bringing in depth and talent, you're probably not the right guy in that position. So, that obviously is part of the GM's job, is to bring in not only your starting talent, obviously drafting well, but the depth behind it is where Howie Roseman's been really good over the years. I think depth for offensive line, especially in the trenches, I think the depth has always been good at certain positions as well. But that line right there was like Carson Wentz slander all over it. I don't know. I could be wrong, but if you're worried about competition, if you add depth and you're worried about your starting job or you're not focused, it just really connected all the way. You know what I mean? I think Howie Roseman was kind of a little bit of himself. He tried not to go too far with himself in his attitude towards a lot of things, because there's no doubt, like, I didn't see the whole entire interview. There was pieces that were released, but who knows? I mean, they probably asked him questions about going from Carson Wentz to Jalen Hurts, and Jalen Hurts is working out so well. A lot of Eagles fans hated the second-round pick, and I don't know if he really had an answer for that, but I know in the back of Howie's head, like, he knew what he was getting with Jalen Hurts when it came to his mentality. All we really had to see from Jalen Hurts was matching his play with that mentality, and he has done that. So, Carson Wentz should not feel good right now. You've had two. I mean, if Jalen Hurts win the Super Bowl on Sunday, you have two backup quarterbacks that have beaten Carson Wentz out of Super Bowls. I mean, literally, it's an insane time. I mean, when it comes down to, I'm not going to get into the Carson Wentz saga, like we've been through it a million times, but Howie Roseman, man, I know some questions were asked that he probably wasn't going to answer, not try to go too far with, but those quotes right there, it reminded me of, I don't know if it was slander towards Carson or just in general, but it sounded like that situation probably a mirror-to-mirror replication of that situation, which I thought it was kind of crazy. Secondly, Nick Sirianni, okay? Now, I made a YouTube short on this like a few days ago. We probably have to say, or at least a few days or a week ago. Now, with Nick Sirianni, there's a lot, not just for the players that are excited to go into this game, but Nick was the wide receiver coach for the Kansas City Chiefs in 2012, 2013, whatever it was. When Chip Kelly came to power in 2013 with the Philadelphia Eagles, and Andy Reid went to Kansas City. David Culley was a colleague of his or a coach of his that he wanted to bring him on to Kansas City. Andy Reid had to make some decisions, and one was he had to make a decision on Nick Sirianni. Ended up firing him, and I think that's kind of lived with Nick for a long time. Now, obviously, we heard when Nick met his wife there. He had his kid, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of connectivity with Nick Sirianni in Kansas City. But like I said, Nick went his separate ways. Andy Reid took over KC, and it's worked out pretty good 10 years later. You know what I mean? So when it comes down to it, Nick might have a little fire under his belly that they shouldn't have got rid of him, or, we don't know what really happened in KC. But really, I mean, I don't think really nothing happened. I think he just got fired, and Andy came in with a coaching staff, and Nick was the odd man out. And so maybe Nick feels like an underdog in some way, like, look where I am now. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? So, and this is nothing, to go crazy about, but I'm just saying, like, Nick has a lot of fire. And I think part of what happened to him in Kansas City and now playing this team is really going to excite him a lot more. And I think I think it's going to get kind of nuts. So just want to talk about that real quick on Nick Sirianni. Oh, my God, Chris Sims. Oh, my God. This guy just can't get over himself. So he talks to John Clark about Jalen Hurts. Now Chris Sims says, oh, Jalen Hurts is a top 10 thrower in the league. Now all of a sudden, right? But then he says and talks about Jalen Hurts that this is an easy offense to run with Jalen Hurts. Like, why is he throwing shade? Like, why can't this guy take his L where it belongs? You know what I mean? Like, first you said that any quarterback, that Minshew can go in there, and then after Minshew didn't win those 2 games, he backtracked. He was playing the victim because ESPN and all these other sports outlets were attacking him. Now he's saying that Jalen Hurts in that offense, it's very easy to replicate. It's just like this quarterback doesn't get any respect. Like, he calls him a top 10 thrower now, but there's got to be a but. It's a replicated system. It's a system that it's an easy offense. Like, it's not an easy offense. It's not easy when you don't have Jalen Hurts. It looks easy with Jalen Hurts, but it's not. Like, this guy only played 2 full seasons. I mean, this is his second year, so really, 2 full seasons. That's it. They're like, oh, he's in his 3rd year. He's not in his 3rd year. Yeah, he's in his 3rd year of his contract, okay? But theoretically, he didn't have 3 full seasons. He played 4 to 5 games in 2020. But Chris Sims has always got to throw. Like, I just don't, I don't get why at least he would get more respect if he said, look, I was wrong. I shouldn't have said that. I eat my own words. Just like the reporter that told Jalen Hurts that Jalen Hurts had no idea probably who that reporter was. The reporter said, I didn't expect you to be in the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts, I did not expect you to be in the Super Bowl. I want to tell you, man to man, I'm sorry. I am sorry. And he just said, cool. And he said, oh, you're not the only one. You're not the only one that said that about me. Jalen Hurts knows this. And this is, like I said, you could be mad about this Chris Sims thing, what happened all these weeks, but to be honest, like I said, anything thrown at Jalen Hurts in a negative way, he is going to use that in this game. He is going to prove everybody wrong once again. That's just what he does. That's what this man does. So, yeah, you could be pissed off about it, but at the same time, it's really good bulletin board material for this guy, for this quarterback. It 100% is. So it's like, well, I'll throw Jalen Hurts a bone and just, he's a top 10, thrower in the league. I totally believe that now. But, this is an easy offense to run. Why? It's not easy as everyone thinks it is. These coaches got to do a lot. It was harder on the coaches to probably replicate the same offense with Minshew, which I think they totally failed at, which hence why going to next offseason, they got to go after like a Marcus Mariota or something of the same similar skill set to Jalen Hurts. Don't get a pocket quarterback. Like, you need somebody that has the same run style. You need somebody in that type of quarterback that he is. So Chris Sims, he's just a loser, and that's just what it is. He's a loser. And that's what he's been saying. So that's just ridiculous. Like, always got to be a but, the offense. You know what I mean? So is a quarterback not supposed to have weapons? I don't know. I don't know what to say to that. I have no idea. Lastly, okay, not really much on Christian McCaffrey because I thought his interview was fine. He had an interview. I think he was on Kay Adams' show. But, God, Deebo Samuel. Like, these 49ers players, like, I'm so sick and tired. Like, I'm sick and tired of them. I am so sick and tired of them. Like, now I know what Cowboy fans were complaining about the past couple years about their fans and their players. Like, now I understand. Because, to be honest with you, the 49ers as a team and their fans have raised the bar when it comes to saltiness. And it's to a point where they are worse than the Cowboys. Their fans and their players. That's how bad it is. Okay? Sometimes you just start to go through this phase where you start hating other teams. Like, it was the Vikings, it's the Saints. Now it's, besides your NFC East rivals, now it's the 49ers. Deebo Samuel goes in there. Oh, if we had a third quarterback. Like, do these networks bring these guys on so, like, they could just throw shade at the Eagles? Like, do they do this on purpose? Like, the NFC Championship game was so long ago, I've even forgotten about it. That's how long ago it was, even though it wasn't long ago. Okay, like, we're on Super Bowl week, and it's like, why is McCaffrey? Like, I understand, like, they have to talk about their own team and stuff, but Deebo's like, if we had a third quarterback, the game, I could tell you, and he said the game would have been a lot different. The game would have went the other way. How do you know that? I don't think it would have. Would there be a few more completed passes thrown? Sure. It would have been better than John Johnson, whatever his name was, but he got destroyed. If he wasn't going to get hurt then, it would have been some other injury. Who knows what would have happened in that game? Brandon Ayuk, like, these guys are a bunch of bums. All of them are bums. Like, still, if you have an issue, like, we didn't have a number three quarterback, that's on your coach. Blame your coach for not taking that third extra roster spot and using it for a regular roster spot, then putting another quarterback. They didn't prepare for that game. They weren't prepared enough. And then you start to see Howie Roseman, and you're like, man, like, he's into quarterbacks. He's into bringing backups and quarterback factory and all that crap that happened with the Eagles. And you're like, man, like, blessing in disguise. You never know what can happen to your quarterback. It's not our fault you took a backup tight end on Hassan Reddick. I mean, good luck, because this is what happens when you don't study this defensive line for the Philadelphia Eagles, that they're going to eat, and they put both those quarterbacks in body bags. And Deebo's like, it would have been a different situation. Like, how do you feel as a player? Like, you sound like a little bitch saying that. Like, you sound so weak saying that on national television. Like, you feel good saying that? Like, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Bro, go get ready for next offseason. Brock Purdy will be back. The news came out on his UCL. He's getting surgery. He'll be back by training camp. Get ready for next year. Why talk about this? You got beat. You got annihilated. You didn't lose by 3 points. 31-7, dude. 31-7. I think that was the score. Come on now. It's just getting ridiculous. It's saltiness every time I turn around on Twitter. It's like there's a 49ers player on a network, and it's like they're doing this on purpose, thinking it's going to affect the Eagles, that they're hearing all this. It's going to drive us. Now they're saying we're not supposed to be in the Super Bowl, that we weren't supposed to be there. God, I love this team. I love how we just piss everybody off. And then we just take that negative energy, we place it on the field, and we exert it all in one game. That's what I love about it. That's my favorite thing about this whole. I love it because, to tell you the truth, guys, going into this Super Bowl, there's no doubt in my mind that most are going to be picking Kansas City over the Eagles. I know it's going to happen. I know it. I don't care if they're 1.5 favorites. That's nothing to me. Nothing. Okay? So, other than that, that's pretty much it. So, this video has been a mixture of good things and bad things. Oh, not bad things. I think negativity towards the Eagles is good for us. KC's talking. 49ers players are still talking. I mean, everybody's just still talking. And we're going to take care of business. We're going to take care of business on Sunday. I hope we do, man. I hope we do, because I have a very, very, very good feeling about this game. Good feeling. Confident. Two teams are in the Super Bowl. Both KC and Eagles fans should be very confident going to this game. There's no doubt about it. So, other than that, that's pretty much it. Let me know in the comment section below. I can't talk today. Leave a comment in the comment section below on, obviously, the Deebo Samuel, what he said. And like I said, Christian McCaffrey didn't really say anything bad at all. He was just like, we lost a quarterback. He just explained it. He didn't say, oh, it would have been different, or, shut up, dude. Shut up. Just shut your mouth. I'm tired of that. Those players. Tired of it. Tired of hearing it. Obviously what Howie Roseman said was that shade towards Carson Wentz. Just let me know. I think there's a lot of good things to take. I'm just glad that this is all going to be over soon and we will have a game. Finally a game. But other than that, I will see you guys on the next one. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Shake Squad up, follow slide. Peace out, guys. Peace.